In this video, we're going to explore box sizing border box, something that is absolutely crucial, and this is when you experience in your website scrolling issues where you have something that sticks out and you don't know exactly why. So this is going to save you a lot, and this is my personal issue I had so much before when I was trying to figure out. Sometimes you even have them with Bootstrap, and the reason why you have these are because you don't have proper box sizing or you don't understand exactly what's going on. And this is now what I'm going to solve. Alright, so to understand box sizing, we must have some divs here. So I'm going to create some divs with some classes. And in here, this div will, we can give this a, let's say, call it box1. And let's add up a few more boxes here. Box 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we're going to do here is we're going to give it a class. This class will be box1. And box1 will have a width, or well, 100%. That will be fine. We will ignore that because by default it will be 100%. But we can say here height of 20 pixels. Then a padding of 30 pixels. And then a background color. So we say background, and I'll give this a light background color of 999. Alright, then what we have is the following, is another one, is box number 2. And box number 2 has a height of 30, has a padding of 10, and this one is 333. Then we have another one. Here we have a box number 3, and this one will be a lighter color. It will be DDD, and this one has a height of 30 as well. That's fine. And then finally we have box number 4, and box number 4 we will give it a nice color. So we say 0 D and then E for echo. I'm not even sure what color this is, but we'll see. There it is. So once we have this, save this, refresh here. Okay, we have a nice light blue color, and you can see here this is right now what's going on. So my question for you is immediately, what is the size of this? Well, basically what I can do, well, let's change this one. I'll make this 50, so you will understand this. All right, if you refresh here, you can see now, all right, it's expanded. So what is the size, or specifically the height right now of box 1? Is it 50 or is it above 50? That's my question for you right now. If you would say it's 50, you might say, well, okay, let me explain. Well, we have paddings here. We have 50. Well, is this true? Well, let's double check what's going on here. So once you click on this, you'll see here is the following here. Right now, it is above 50. Why is it above 50? Well, let me explain. Because this is box sizing, or box sizing is missing it. With box sizing, you're going to work within the border. But right now, we didn't activate box sizing. As you can see, we have only default here, but we have no box sizing. And so what happened is the total height of box 1 is 50 plus padding, and this padding is top, bottom, left, and right 30. So 50 plus 30 plus 30. That would mean a total of 80 plus 30. Well, 50 plus 30 is 80, and then plus 30 is 110 pixels. So this is the total height currently. As you can see here, 50 plus 60 is 110. All right. So what happened now? So this is basically what happens. And maybe you would say, well, it should be within our settings, and probably within our settings here, if this would be 100, that's probably more better figure. You want to have the height max 100, and the padding should be top and bottom 30, but it's always within the margin here, or within the box. But because we don't activate box sizing, so we're going to activate this one. And what I'm going to say here is box sizing. And this box sizing, we have border box. All right. And this should be probably as well box sizing. All right. So you can see now what happened is we're adjusting it immediately, and now the padding top and bottom is 30 and 30, so that makes 60, plus the text within or the content within is 40. So what happened now is we created a height of 100. This is a fixed height of 100. So now you can start to calculate. And this is what box sizing does. Basically, you can see here as well, and here, of course, same story. What happened if you have padding that is far too much? So let's say there's a 30 pixel padding. You will see in this case, of course, it starts to overrule it, and there's no text here possible. They remove that all because there's none anymore because we force it to expand it. So basically, this will overrule if height is not sufficient. But if the height would be here, let's say 300, and the padding is 30, you will know that top and bottom here will be 60, and 240 pixels is considered a height. So the height will be 240, and the padding top and bottom is 60. Makes it in total of 30, or 300, sorry, as you can see here. And this is very, very important, because if you don't do this, what happens is you will get some conflicts, and then sometimes you get bigger items or items that are just conflicting with each other. So this is very, very useful, especially if you start to use absolute, because with absolute you are going to get a lot of different items. So we say here position absolute. Let's turn that on. Once we do that, we can start to see here, and we're going to now say width. Just pay attention here, with 100%. A very common command that I use many times over without eventually figuring out why I have this additional padding here or this additional item. So when you look at this, then you start to think, okay, maybe I just put in too much padding. But you can see here the position here is overruling the entire item. What's going on here? Border box is currently not active. What happened then is our width, let's calculate what is the width here. The width here in this case is 100% plus padding left, which is 10 pixels, plus padding right, which is also 10 pixels. So that would mean that no matter what size your website is, you will always have this ugly vertical scroll bar here, as you can see. So issue or solution for this eventually is the border box, because let's look at this right now. Let's look at our absolute item. It overrules it here. You can see, if you look, we're right now on a mobile version design, you can see here 320 is the width. And for some reason now, or well, for some reason you figure out now the reason is because the border box sizing has not been active. So it's not in the border box. So the border should be also calculated. So let's add up the border here. I want to add up this one as well. So you can see that border is also part of the story. So we say 5 pixels solid, and then we say here black. I'll just make this black, solid black. Let's save that, and then I want to make sure that this, of course, is not active. Save that again. Refresh, and now what happened is we have a double here. We have increased the size. As you can see here, the size in total here outside the main screen is minus 30. We have 30 too much, way too much. We're over the screen size. And that happens, so what's going on? 320, that's the width, 320, which is 100% width. And then it says, oh, wait a minute, we have still padding. And this padding has a 10 pixel left and right, alright, so that's 20. And then we still say we have a border of 5 pixel left and right, so that makes it all together 30. So there's a 30 excess. How to remove the 30 excess? Very simple, use this box sizing here. Once you refresh here, now everything is starting to fall into place, and now you can see here it starts to do exactly what it needs to do. It starts to have a width of 290. That is fine, because we have, remember we had a 30 pixel of excess, which is eventually in the border and in the padding. And now it's calculating, alright, we have the total of the border and the padding, which is the part of the box sizing, because the box is including the border. Margin is not being considered. Remember that. So we have these on all together, and then it starts to calculate what is left, and that will be the content within the box. Alright? Very, very important to remember, and now you will understand this tiny issue that many people might have, and I had this thousands of times when I was designing it without understanding Why? So now you have the solid issue because you understand position absolute is becoming an issue with it, and the border box. All right. So make sure border box or box sizing border box activated as a default setting. Here, use a star here, which means by default all elements will be activated with this. All right. So if you have any questions regarding to this, put them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoy this video, you probably will enjoy this one as well. And if you're interested in Chart.js, check out in the description box the link directing to my Chart.js course where you can learn everything about Chart.js. And finally, of course, make sure you subscribe to my channel.